Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Top Flight Pod. You know what it is. You know what we're here to do. We're back on screen today. Beautiful Austin, Texas. I'm with my G, my bro, Primo. What's up, mate? Welcome to the pod. How are you doing today, bro?
Doing good, man. I'm doing good. It's been a good day so far. Some Austin FC stuff to talk about, so we'll get into it.
Exactly. And it has been a good day. A lot of members were posting some photos of the stuff that they had gotten in the mail today. Finally, those Patreon care packages are arriving to some of y'all's doorstep. Free shipping. That's what free shipping does. Takes absolutely forever. But hey, better late than never. Shout out to everybody that is on the Patreon, everybody that is on the Discord. Appreciate your support 100%. So just keep an eye on your mailboxes, and yeah, just wait on those. You know, you're gonna have some wristbands to go out to you, some pens. You're gonna have some little buttons, some stickers as well. Some really cool We're Austin TV swag, some really cool merch, and just like I said, appreciate y'all's support, the Patreon and on the Discord. And if it wasn't for you guys, be a we wouldn't be able to go to Minnesota for the U.S. Open Cup. That's our next adventure. We're already booked out. We're already booked up and whatnot, ready to go. Minnesota trip is gonna happen. Gonna be having coverage for you guys from the Open Cup game. So very excited for that. So just wait on that exactly. But Primo, anything you would like to add, mate?
I mean, kind of just to piggyback on what you're saying on the Open Cup game. I mean, we're ready for it. It's exciting. It's going to be a semifinal, so I'm pretty. I know everyone's trying to go out there. The supporter groups are doing a good job on rallying these people up and kind of encouraging the fan base to hey, it's kind of a big deal to be in this game in this stage.
100%.
So um, I want to make it out there. I'm making plans and arrangements to hopefully make it out there. I heard that stadium is a nice looking stadium too, St. Paul, Minnesota, and it's just exciting overall.
Exactly, mate. I actually have been hearing that as well. It's one of the stadiums that I've always wanted to visit in MLS, and I'm happy to now. I'm gonna be able to actually check it out, see what it's all about, and in a high stakes match. It's not just a random weekday game. No, it's for the semifinal of the U.S. Open Cup. This is the furthest Austin FC has ever been in this competition. I mean, it's there for the taking. Not the cup itself yet, but the past to the final. It's there, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But excited to announce that we will be in Minnesota, bringing you coverage of the semifinal U.S. Open Cup, Austin FC point of view. Everybody, all the content that you guys love, will be there. So excited for that. Now, another thing, wait, one more thing. We have to announce. Well, just keep on promoting the back to school event with Ados Toques Foundation. Also, the Q&Q Barbershop. Shout out to Farandola Texas, Hispanos ATX, Advance Austin. But remember, Sunday, August 10th, after the Houston game this weekend, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., there's going to be free haircuts, free school supplies. Well, you have it here at the bottom of the screen. Pflugerville, there's a number before that, but it's that because this is a screenshot. You can't see it, but a number 501 West Pecan Street, Suite 105, Pflugerville, Texas. It's at the barbershop, the Q&Q Barbershop in Pflugerville. So just search that up there. But free haircuts, free school supplies. I mean, if you know anybody that this event might be really good for, let them know. It's free, free, free. Danny Pereira and his foundation giving back to the community. A lot of good people getting together to make this event happen. And if you want to be part of it, you can as well. Wednesday, I'll be posted up at Hop Squad. I'll be in that area. If you have any, maybe donations that you want to give, either some crayons or pencils, I don't know, anything like that that would go with this event, just get at me, let me know, track me down, and we will put it to the side. I'll give it to the person organizing this event, and we'll go from there. If you want to give a cash donation for the event, you can also do that. Let me know. I'll get you in contact with the person organizing this event. They got a cash app set up just for the foundation for this event, all those stuff. The digital way of getting money to folks these days is very easy. But anyways, pretty much lots of good stuff coming up. Excited to be a part of it. And like I said, Dos Toques Sunday, August 10th, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And also, don't forget, from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. there will be haircuts only for kids with special needs. So if you know somebody that has a child with special needs, if you have a child with special needs, you know how hard it is maybe sometimes to get them a nice haircut. Well, from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., there's gonna be people, barbers that are trained to do that exactly. So they'll be able to help you out. Free haircut. Boom, pull up, get some free school supplies, get ready for the year. A lot of good Austin pages coming together and businesses to make this event happen. But Primo, I mean, this kind of stuff was probably around when we were kids, but I feel like it's more accessible now. We're being a part of an event now. I guess just how does it feel to see these kind of events? Giving back to that community that we are part of.
I mean, it's a really good thing to see, and I'm really grateful for all these organizations, all these people coming together to do something for the community. Especially someone like Danny Pereira that's connected to A Los Toques. He came here from Virginia, and now is doing something for the community that welcomed him in as a rookie, and
Facts.
so. It's really good to see all this developing around the area. Like you said, I'm sure there was stuff like this around when we were young, but seeing it now and the way it's being promoted, it's just really great to see, man.
100%, 100% there. Now back to school with Dos Toques Foundation. Make sure to pull up. If you know somebody, make sure to send that to them, all that information. But you can find that information as well on the Dos Toques social media. So we could just go from there. But all right, to get into some more Austin FC topics, but staying on the quick news, on the general topics, right? Earlier this week, Primo, it was announced. I don't know if you got excited. I got excited about this. Amazon and MLS new partnership, mate. MLS and Amazon have reached an agreement, Primo, to distribute select MLS content on Amazon Fire TV channels. So, Alexa, play me the ass beating that Austin FC just put on Minnesota at Allianz Field away from home in the US Open Cup. Sure thing. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of vibe we're gonna be on, mate. That's the kind of stuff that we're gonna be on here soon. But no, pretty well. In all seriousness, I mean, Amazon, one of the biggest companies in the world, being having this partnership that's one of a kind, for one of first of its own. That's got to be massive. No, pretty well. I mean, this league is gonna take advantage of this. I hope.
I hope they do. I know you get a lot of good stuff through Amazon Video when it comes to like these behind the scenes soccer documentaries. Or I know they did some stuff with the Premier League. I think they're still doing it. And what they put out is really good content. It's really good stuff that you don't usually see. Maybe stuff behind doors, with things that go on in the locker room, within the training grounds, and things. So I want to see that come out of this. Maybe like some exclusive content, something. But it's a good partnership. How Amazon is in the United. I mean, everyone knows Amazon. Everyone orders through Amazon, and so it's something
Mhm.
big. And to see that connected to the league, just shows that this league is growing, man. This league is being serious, and creating deals like this is just one step forward.
Well, to be quite clear. The official press release, pretty much, it did say that it was going to be like highlights and stuff, but that's how it starts, baby steps, I guess, baby steps. And some MLS Next Pro stuff is also going to be shown on there. But let's just hope, mate, that it's not just Messi running around. It's not just Inter Miami content. Let's hope that it's balanced all around because one of the main things, and I know this is a huge talking point all the time, is the Apple TV contract. I mean, it's difficult for people to really watch MLS because of the paywalls that are up, and that's what maybe sends a lot of people to watch Liga MX. Because one of the main stats that I always like to throw around is that in the USA, the league that's most watched is Liga MX. So you got to get those fans, you got to get to them, and those are the fans that are watching. The games for free on TUDN, the games for free on Univision, Telemundo, whatever. I know that there's platforms now like VIX and stuff where you got to have subscriptions, Fox Deportes, whatever, right, Primo? But you also got to do your part in trying to get these fans in. And this press release, Primo, also says that it's going to be free. right? There's going to be no subscriptions needed or anything like that. So that's good. That's good. But it doesn't stop there, man, because there was also an announcement that, and this is actually very exciting, and I'm going to tell you why, that Walmart signs a multi-year partnership with Major League Soccer and Leagues Cup to elevate the game for U.S. fans. There's key insights, pretty much. It says from exclusive merch to immersive matchday moments, Walmart is reimagining retail as a fan experience online, in store, and in stadium. Walmart's partnership with MLS and Leagues Cup connects the brand to the fastest growing fan base in U.S. sports, one that's young, diverse, and shaping the future of soccer culture. And to make it official, boom, you got the official graphic there, MLS and Walmart. Now, let me say this is going to do so much for the league, the way that Walmart has helped Dragon Ball Z kind of catch another wind in its career. Because, Primo, remember when all the Dragon Ball Z merch started to hit Walmart? You remember that moment? uh, Everybody started buying Dragon Ball Z merch again. You started seeing more stuff on the shelf or whatnot. Today, there's Dragon Ball Z stuff all over Walmart, and I love it. And I'm hoping that we start to get some really cool merch in Walmart, which is affordable for a lot of folks. And you start getting more trading cards because I'm starting to get into cards myself. And the other day, I tried to get some at Walmart, and they didn't have any MLS ones, and I was quite upset. They only had NBA and NFL. So hopefully, this helps with the culture in the country because I can't tell you how many folks I know that grocery shop at Walmart. It is what it is, right? A lot of people do that. I know that there's a war between Target and Walmart, but Walmart is a part of the culture here. It's a part of the culture. It's a staple of America, for crying out loud. And hopefully, Primo, this is a way to fight into the NFL, into the NBA, hell, into the golf culture, the PGA. So, I mean, that's how I feel on it. How are you seeing this Walmart partnership? I'm down. I'm down for it.
I'm, I mean, I'm down. I'm down. I mean, I would want to be able to walk into a Walmart and hey, if I see a nice Austin FC shirt, and being able to buy it at maybe an affordable price, that's also going to help out a lot of people to get familiar with what's around the area. A lot of people don't. They just see the Veta store as their go-to merch place. And now, if it's
Exactly.
available at Walmart, step into a Walmart. You'll find it there too. So it's exciting to see how fast this league is growing and all the deals they're getting done. And at the end of the day, I just feel like it's just for the fans. It's just giving these fans as much access as they can to their teams. You go to Walmart, you see Cowboy jerseys or the jerseys or the shirts and all the Cowboy merch. I want to start seeing Austin FC merch, or if you're in Houston, Houston Dynamo merch, wherever you are, just see your
Yep.
MLS team in the
100%.
Walmart with a good selection. I think would be
If
big.
if if you made it into Walmart, to the shelves of Walmart, your product is serious, mate. Your
Yeah.
product is serious, bro. So no, dude, totally. I mean, if you walk into Walmart in Austin, you have some Longhorns gear, you have some Cowboys gear, you might have some San Antonio Spurs, some Astros. And I feel like if there's an Austin FC section, it's forced. It's super, super damn forced. It's like a strip, and like, you know how there's aisles, right? You know how there's one aisle and then there's the other aisle. That space in between the aisles, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that 2 feet or 3 feet of space in between aisles. That's where they'll have the Austin FC stuff, and it's just like stickers that are from 2021. It's like a ugly lanyard. It's like I'm sick of this merch. I'm sick of this merch. So hopefully this is a change in the culture. We'll see what happens, bro. We'll see pretty well, but I'm very hyped for this Amazon deal and for this MLS Walmart partnership. There's a Walmart in Elgin, there's a Walmart in Manor, and I visit those places quite often. So we'll see what happens. Wait till we start getting more Austin FC stuff in HEB. And actually, just last thing, rant real quick, rant Primo. I'm sorry. Today, I went to a corner store and Mirto Usuni was on a Coca-Cola advertisement, and I got so happy. I was like, "Let's go, Austin FC Mirto Usuni on a Coca-Cola advertisement randomly in Austin. We're making it. We're making it. We're starting to punch up, and I'm here for it. I'm here."
That's pretty
But all
cool,
right.
man.
It's not bad. It's not bad, pretty much. But okay, we can get into some actual footy topics here. I know we were on the Austin FC kind of, we're bouncing around here or whatnot. But just to take a look at some of these percentages, Primo. Now, it was pointed out by playoffstatus.com is where they have all this information. We did post a graphic on it, and people were, chiming in and giving their predictions on where they think Austin FC was going to land. But we have here, right? Looks like the highest percentage, Primo, of where they think Austin FC is gonna land in the playoffs this year is in sixth with 22%. That's the highest one. Now the second is seventh place with 21%. Now you also have eighth place. They gave Austin FC 14% there. You have ninth place, Primo, with the 9% for Austin FC. And of course, you can still dream of fifth. You got 14% there. But I think you can kind of, you know, bet your money on a sixth, seventh, I don't know about eighth or whatnot. And another number, pretty much, to just throw out there is that yes, Austin FC is 11% probably they have an 11% probability of not making it into the playoffs. But if you look at the other side of the coin, you have a very high percentage of making it into the playoffs, right? So 89% of making it in, rounded up, you got a 90% chance of making it to the second half, the postseason party or whatnot. But Primo, the numbers on this, it seems very favorable for Austin FC fans. I mean, you can wake up tomorrow and know that you're 90% most likely to make it into the playoffs. I mean, when you hear that, are you happy, mate? 90%? Does that bring confidence in you?
Yeah, I mean it's a super high number, and then I mean the stats don't lie, the numbers are there, and so I think it's a really good chance that we're gonna make it into the playoffs this year. Having missing playoffs these last 2 years, that was a really big hit. So seeing these numbers come out and where we're at in the season, I mean, the season's coming to an end. Next thing we're already at the end of it, and it's postseason time. So I think we're in a good spot right now. There've been years before where around this time where things really get a little shaky, and it's a good feeling knowing that there's a huge chance into making it into these playoffs. Maybe we won't get those home games, but it's all about making it in, and it's a whole different ball game after that.
No, totally, man. I mean, honestly, pretty much, if you asked that question, at the beginning of the year, I know a lot of Austin FC fans would be thinking differently. If this team had a 90% chance of making it to the playoffs. I mean, I think a lot of folks would be like, "No way, that's not going to happen. 90%, I don't think so." Yada yada. But the reality is that things are starting to shape up for this Austin FC side, and you kind of got to give it to them. It looks like things are going to close out well. And I know that the Brandon Vasquez injury was a huge blow, Primo, huge blow. But this team is still able to put results together. And if we're being quite honest, the teams left, and that's where we're gonna kind of get into, or at least the teams that Austin FC still has to face, Primo. They're very favorable opponents. They're matches that you'd think Austin FC can take care of business. I'm just kind of gonna just put it out there like that, especially the ones coming up. You got two games coming up, the Texas Derbies, two teams that are in 11th and 12th, right? So, like I said, Austin FC, they have Sun and LAFC to worry about at the end of the year, pretty much for sure. But on your way there, you can say that okay, we're in a part of the schedule where we can definitely control our own destiny. You want 100%, and you have here, look, the schedule on screen, right? You have Houston, you have FC Dallas, you have Montreal, and you have San Jose. Pretty favorable month, Primo. If you ask me, pretty favorable month for this Austin FC side. And I'm sure as coaches and players, they're also thinking about that as well. They're also thinking about that as well. Now, I got here on screen, mate, just real quick. Got here on screen. You have Austin FC, of course, in seventh with 33 points. The next opponent, Houston and FC Dallas, 11th and 12th, like I mentioned. Houston with 27 points, FC Dallas with 25. I guess since we're on the topic of these two teams, mate, you know what is coming up for them. I mean, just based on the numbers that you see here in front of you, I mean, you'd think that Austin FC is the favorite, but in derbies, anything can happen. I mean, what is your mindset going into these games, mate?
I think it's if you're gonna get points, it's gonna be off of these two teams right here. I think you really got we got to go in there and really um, going with the mindset of hey, we're playing at home. We're super familiar with these teams. We know who they are.
Mm,
At the
yeah.
same time, we can't we got to be on the lookout too because these two teams they're just right outside that playoff mark. So I'm sure that they're desperate to get whatever points they can, especially against Austin. So can't let our guard down at all. But I think it's looking very favorable, especially for us, Austin FC. And um, I mean, we know Houston and Dallas. We know them. We know them. We know who they are. So. And then being at home, very good chance at winning. I think we need those 6 points. We need those 6 points
We
for
need
sure.
all six. Need all six, man. 100%. Now, it would be a huge, huge punch to the gut if Houston nicks all 3 points from you. If they take the win at Q2 Stadium, I mean, that honestly puts you in doubt for the Dallas game. So I really think that you have to set the tone against Houston. Now, we can talk about how they're doing in Leagues Cup. Houston. Poor, bad, disgusting, insanely down bad. This Houston Dynamo side. I mean, Pachuca, the last thing I saw was like the 60th or 70th minute. They were still up 1-0. Easy goal, just sloppy defending very late to, get back or whatnot. And it's not just Pachuca. Houston was destroyed by Tigres. I know Tigres is a very high caliber team, but even before then, they weren't doing too hot, mate. They were not doing too hot. But like I said, it's a derby and anything can happen. So that's why I mentioned pretty well that you have to set the tone very early. You got to set the tone very early and without getting into the Dallas game just yet. Who do you want to see against Houston, right? It seems like everybody is healthy. There's no concerns about any kind of injury or whatnot. Brandon Vasquez is out. But thinking about Houston, because that's the game coming up Saturday, Primo, just some players you would want to see out there for Austin FC right off the bat. I mean, I know Buka's hot right now. That's maybe one of the easy ones. But, there's some debates if Savovic, Owen Wolf, Dani Pereira, Ilya Sanchez, who do you want to see out there, bro?
I mean, I would want to probably keep it as close as we can to the last lineup. Maybe throw in Sabovic for Ilya, if
Mm.
anything. But we gotta have our heavy hitters right now, which are Usuni, Wolf, and Bukati for sure. I think those three for sure need to be out there. Throw in Danny if you want, Sabovic. Um, but I think those front three for sure right now are our saving grace, especially Suni, man. We want Suni as hard as we can leading into these final days. So that's who I want to see: Usuni, Bukati, Wolf.
Now, I guess I can throw this in there on the topic, mate, right? You had this friendly match that took place midweek. Well, I guess you could say it wasn't really midweek. I'm sorry. It felt like midweek because of everything that has been going on. But, you had this friendly match that took place where Austin FC apparently took the win 4-0. Now, we didn't have eyes on it. Nobody of our team was there, but we did have some folks kind of give us some information. There were some people there, so this did in fact take place. There was some photos that were uploaded to some social media accounts of soccer players from the battery side. So we kind of confirmed it from that end as well. But sources were letting us know that there was a game that was going to happen, and a game did happen. 4-0 win for Austin FC. Now, pretty well, Ozzy and I talked about this being a good tune-up, being a good, run for the lads to get ready for, what's coming up because it's going to be a busy end of the season. Very, very, very busy end for Austin FC. But you had goals here from Salovic, goals from Obrion, goals from CJ Fodere, and goals from Bukhari. Now, Primo, you mentioned Salovic. I know a lot of fans have mentioned Obrion as well. Very kind of frustrated with him. I know he's been probably frustrated with himself. But you can only think about this other than a really good tune-up. I like the names of the ones that scored, Primo, because it tells me that everybody is hungry, right? These guys need their minutes. These guys have to be scoring for Austin FC. I mean, I'm talking about CJ. I'm talking about Hared. I'm talking about Salvic as well. Bukhari is just that kind of superstar right now. He has that superstar aura. And then they also told us pretty well that it was two groups, 60-minute periods. It was also mixed up. So, it's good that the guys are out here getting, runs, right? They're getting some kind of meaningful, training sessions, right? Because training is one thing, but actual games is a whole other thing. But, Primo, do you think this is a case of always just a USL friendly side? Because Charleston is pretty good. Or do you think this is a case of, okay, Austin FC is still they're still in their bag? Because we do have to remember that before this Leagues Cup break, Austin FC was doing good. They were actually, hitting the ground running.
I think it was good for them to get this game in for sure with the off week in between, um, and to see that the rhythm is still there. You see guys that aren't usually on the score sheet on these regular league games come out and into this friendly and take it serious, and maybe they're trying to prove something. Maybe they're trying to say, hey, I'm not getting minutes, but I know I can do something for this team, and they're putting their name on the score sheet. Who knows? We might see Hader instead of Bukari. We might see Sabovic in there next game. Overall, it's just good to see that the rhythm is still there, that they're not letting go, and they're preparing well for these important games. So it's
I agree.
it was good.
Would you be upset if you saw a mixed lineup against Houston? If you saw Jader over Bukari. I know I feel like a lot of people would be upset because it's not a smart thing to do right now, right? But Jader gotta go against Charleston. I mean, do you want to see Jader out there starting against Houston? I mean, if he's gonna find form, it's gotta be against Houston, a team that's just as down bad as he is. But I mean, if you ask me, Primo, I want the best of the best out there. I don't even want to. This is not the time to do this experimenting anymore. But I want to see what you think. You think maybe Haller could get some starting minutes against Houston? I hope not. But what do you think?
I think there's a chance. I think there's a chance there for them to get some minutes. I mean, if it's gonna be a game for him to start, I see Houston being that game. I I think it just comes down to who's training better, who wants it more, who's showing out more in these training sessions and in these friendly games and these warm up
Hmm.
games. Um, and if Hades showing out and is wanting it more, he might just be the better option for that game. It doesn't mean
I
it has
don't
to be
know,
something
mate.
that it doesn't mean it has to be something on a continuous basis where you see him start every single game after that, but throw him in as a starter for one game, see what he can do for you. If not, you got someone like Bugatti on the bench. But
Yeah,
I don't know. It's
anything can
kind of hard to
happen.
tell.
Anything can happen. We'll see. Coach Nico has surprised us before, but I'm gonna just say this: this guy, new look, you cannot bench him at all. I need to see him starting. I need to see Usuni starting. And before you take care of business against Dallas, you got to destroy Houston. If we can get 5-0 past Houston, mate, I would go to sleep insanely happy. If we don't, if we score less than 3 goals on Houston Dynamo, I'm not gonna be happy. I'm gonna be upset. If it's a 3-0, I'm like not good enough, not good enough. I want a 4-0, mate. You know what, 3-0 is okay, but if it's a 3-1, not good enough. We have to keep a clean sheet against Houston. You got to show up big. I'm talking about the defense. I'm talking about Brad Stuber as well. And if you're Mirtu Usuni, you want to continue this run of form. You got an FC Dallas, and we can get into them right now. It was confirmed today, Primo. Tom Borger actually just made it official that Luchi Acosta is on his way out. I think he's on his way to one of the Brazilian sides, Fluminense. I believe it is Fluminense. But Luchi Acosta is out of FC Dallas. Huge, huge blow for them. And it's just good news for Austin FC for obvious reasons, head to head competition, for playoff battles or whatnot. So a direct rival, a derby rival, FC Dallas is now hurt, very, very critically hurt. And much like Houston, Primo, you got to swoop in like a hawk and just get get the back of the neck right there, mate. Just get the back of the neck and just start pulling. Just start pulling right there, man. I'm sorry, Peter, but I'm trying to be very graphic when I'm talking about Houston and FC Dallas. But do you see what I'm saying, mate? Right? You cannot, let these teams grow in this game. You have to destroy them from very early on. And I'll bring up some numbers here so we can see just how they are coming into this match. I mean, Austin is clearly the team coming into better form. But Primo, what do you think about the Dallas game that is coming up after the Houston Dynamo Derby game?
I mean, I think if they put up a good performance against Houston, Dallas shouldn't be any different, especially with them losing Acosta. I think that's a huge blow. That's one of their main guys right there. So if they had someone to rely on, it was that guy. So they are pretty low on the table. I think they're coming off of a few losses here, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So it hasn't been a good season for them overall, in my opinion. Um, I think we've always kind of struggled a little bit with Dallas, but we've always, Dallas has always had that guy. They've always had, Jesus Ferreira
That's
or
true. That's
someone
true.
leading that attacking line. And so whenever you don't have that or someone as big as, Lucha Acosta on your team, um, we'll see how they adjust. We'll see how they can, if they can even adjust. And if they do, it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, again, I hope we get the 3 points against Dallas and Houston, and set the tone for the rest of the month. But they're
Exactly.
again, they're not in a good spot. I don't, it shouldn't be any different from Houston.
N- Now, one of the big helps with Houston, pretty much the fact that they got Leagues Cup to worry about. Those are extra games that they got to put up with. FC Dallas is kind of like Austin FC, just sitting cozy, chilling. I don't know if they had any, any preseason like, friendlies like Austin had against the Battery. But what we do know is that they lost against New York City FC on screen. They beat St. Louis 3-0. They tied against San Jose 2-2, and they lost against LAFC 2-0 back in July. And they also have to worry about Portland, who plays in Austin against America on Wednesday. Then you have to worry about Austin FC, who is going to receive you at Q2 Stadium, a very difficult atmosphere to play at, especially right now. The way that the team is finally getting results for this fan base, you know that they're going to be behind them 100%. Primo, Saturday, August 16th, Austin against FC Dallas at 7:30 p.m. Q2 Stadium. I mean, the next two games for Austin FC, I mean, I don't know if people understand how big they are because of the playoff implications, because of the Derby, the bragging rights. I mean, Nico's old team, Houston Dynamo, you can really just put one of the final nails in their coffin for their playoff hopes. I mean, huge, huge, huge just things on the line for Austin FC, for FC Dallas, and just everybody all around that is invested into these clubs, mate. But very excited for Austin FC. What's going to happen for them here in the next couple of weeks? But real quick, pretty more. Austin FC 2, they had a match against Sporting Kansas City. 2, they won 3-1. No surprise there. SKC2 is one of the worst teams in MLS Next Pro this year. Brian Arellano, ex Austin FC Academy player, left the system, went to the SKC2 system, probably their best player. However, it's just wasted talent on that team. Goals by Jorge Alastue, Vlad, and another goal by Jorge. So that's a brace for him there. The Spaniard, number 10, star boy. And on screen there, you had Jimmy Farcarlin, of course, a player that always influences the final score of a match. These boys are actually cooking, Primo. They had a rough start to the season, very very lackluster. They had a big win to open their year, and then it was just a lot of just boring 1-0s, just nil-nils, going all the way to the very end, losing leads, giving up late goals, going to penalties. But now they're finally starting to get good results together, and they find themselves, Primo, in fourth place of the Western Conference. So the second team and the first team finally putting good results together underneath their belt. Let's see how long this can last. We have their schedule here on screen, Primo. They have North Texas to worry about at home this Friday. We'll be there 100%. Then you have an away trip to Colorado. You have to play them there. Ventura County at home. That's a game where anybody should go to. Ventura is one of the best teams in MLS Next Pro this year, so I highly recommend it. Austin FC did beat them in the first leg at their house when they were first place. So it's going to be a good revenge match. Highly recommend it. We will be there 100%. And then you finish off the month as Austin FC 2 against LAFC 2 away from home. So A lot of good stuff coming up for both the first team and the second team, Primo. Very excited to see just how they both close out. But we'll see. We'll see just what happens. Big ups to those lads. Shout out to Peter Grogan putting in the work there. Shout out to Charlie Farah, who has really just taken control of that goalkeeper position. And we miss some of the guys. We miss Anthony De Anda, one of the guys that was cut not too long ago. We miss Nico Van Rij, a guy that mutually cut his contract with the club, and a lot of new faces, Primo. A lot of new faces coming into the Austin FC2 side. But I know not everybody keeps up with Austin FC2, Primo. But anything you'd like to add on these young lads?
I mean, it's good seeing them turn it around for sure. I know that, like you mentioned, they
Definitely,
did have a little bit of a rough start. I think they had a good month in July, and they're kind of just going off of that. And for them to be sitting, you said fourth, I think it's good. And we've seen great results from the second team before in the past, and um, they're keeping it alive. They're I'm sure they have their similar goals. To reach playoffs and see what they can do
yeah,
after that. And it's a good group overall, in my opinion. You still have some of the guys that have been there for a while. Some other guys leave, unfortunately, but this is what I think that the second team is all about.
hundred
Bringing in these
percent.
guys, seeing if they work with the system, and hopefully get these guys into the first team one day. I
Now,
know there's
I do have criticism, Primo. Listen, let's not pretend that that MLS, that our second team, it's great, that the pipeline is there. But I'm gonna let it slide, and it's not criticism against the players. It's criticism against the system that we have, because all we're producing is just college players. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing. We're just sending guys to college, and that's it. And maybe I need to study the system or the format a little bit more, but I want to see guys make it from the second team to the first team. Is all that I'm trying to say. And Primo, keep your eye on this young lad, Jorge Alastue from La Masia. He's proper. He's smooth with it. Great player, a leader out there. Men against boys, damn near. And I'd love to see him take a crack with the first team. He's probably going to take part of the preseason in 2026. We've always seen that. But what's going to happen after that? Are we going to see more of him? I'd love to. I'd love to see him more involved with the first team, but maybe some international spots and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens there. Maybe Valentino Noel 2.0. But to me, I think he's better than Val. All respect to Val, but Jorge Alastoy, keep an eye on this guy. I know people that go to Austin FC2 games, they already know about this kid. If you don't go to Austin FC2 games, highly recommend you start learning the name Jorge Alastoy. We'll see what happens with him. Definitely protect him. He's a gem at the next pro level. A lot of people aren't talking about him. They don't know anything about him. But keep an eye on Jorge. He can play the false nine. He plays that 10 position. Starting to be a guy that really changes games for this Fcito side. And we'll see. We'll see what happens with him. I swear, Primo, if I wake up one day and it's Austin FC Communications just tweeted contract mutually terminated between Jorge Alastoy and the club, I'm gonna lose it, mate. I'm gonna lose it, bro. I'm gonna lose it, and hopefully it doesn't happen. Hopefully it doesn't happen. But like I said, Primo, if you want to learn about this guy, Jorge Alastoy, he plays the 10 spot for Fcito, and he's really exciting to watch. Anything you want to add on him, bro? I don't know if you maybe clock him or you have any intel on him. I hardly
not.
talk
I
about him.
mean, not too much. Just kind of maybe what everyone's been kind of seeing around on social media. But sounds like he's a good player. I know that number 10 jersey is a big deal. So for him to get that and hopefully see him take some kind of lead, like you mentioned. Teams need leaders, and they need someone to kind of get the group together. And I know they're in that final stretch right now, so hopefully this guy does well for the team. Hopefully he develops well with this Austin SC system. And like you mentioned it, I'm tired of losing these gems, man. I'm tired of these guys. We clearly see something good within a lot of these players that have been let go by the system, and hopefully he's not one of them. But it's a little unfortunate, but at the same time, they're still pulling talent. You know, they're still pulling guys like Jorge, and you want to see these guys develop. So it's good to
Special
see.
talent.
Special
Special
talent.
talent.
There you go.
He's from Zaragoza, came from La Masia. So keep an eye on him. Looks like the guy that played Goku in the live action movie of Dragon Ball Z. Little bit,
A
little
little
bit. At
bit.
least in that photo. At least in that photo. By the way, photo taken by our very young Dante Valencia, who will be in Minnesota as well. He will be in Minnesota as well. So really good pictures coming up for you guys. Really good content that we got planned out for the U.S. Open Cup trip. But no, let's see, mate. Let's see anything else. Okay, let's talk real quick about this rumor that is not necessarily anything new. It kind of resurfaced, right? Austin FC and Spanish side Racing Santander are reportedly still tracking midfielder Versant Salina. Now, I was telling Ozzy yesterday, Primo, when we were doing the Spanish pod, that there's links between him and Borrell. Apparently, he was at City at one point in his career. So you know that Rodo has some kind of intel on him, some kind of profile on this player, or at least he knows of him, right? And I don't know if he's the answer at this point. I know that we still need some help when we're talking about feeding Usuni or Brandon Vasquez when he's healthy. But Primo, I mean, what do you think about this guy, Bersan Salina? We have some of his stats here on screen: 18 appearances in the league where he plays, 3 goals, 3 assists. He's also taken part of the U.S. Conference League games. I mean, what do you think about this guy?
I mean, it's if it's one of those, just Rolo Connect guys. Um, I just hope whoever comes in is able to click with this team. We are needing maybe a little bit of help in the midfield. Bringing in someone could mean someone's on the way out. Maybe I know Elias Sanchez isn't. Um, I don't think his contract's that long. I think what is it, just a year or two, maybe. So
With options.
with the options. So, maybe you just want to start bringing in these guys or kind of have someone at least in the back of your mind. If it doesn't happen this window, it might happen, later on in the winter. But it seems like he has some good experience under his belt. Definitely a lot of European experience.
Look at that
Um,
Man City logo, Primo. Look at that Man City logo.
that's a sick jersey, man. That was probably one of the best jerseys, I think. The Nike
That
Man
was
City.
top Man City.
with
Top
the
Man
old
City.
with the old badge. He has that Rolo connection. Hopefully, Rolo has seen something in him that is something special, something that will bring a lot to the team, and that's all I ask for these new guys coming in is that they come in with an open mind. Like it's a whole different league out here, and you can adjust yourself to it, and you can do great things with these teams if you really put yourself out there. So that's just
One
someone that's what I want from these players.
One thing, Primo, that Ozzy mentioned, the Rodo Borrell signings, right? He loves to get those free agents, right? He loves to get those free players. Savovic was one of those, and Rodo was very happy that he got Savo on a free. Mikael Dessler, another guy on a free. You had to wait. Nicky Beloco on a free. We have yet to see him, but what I'm trying to get to is that Rodo is a big fan of these free signings, and the information that also came out with this update is that Austin FC already has they've been tracking this guy since January, right? But they might be waiting for him to be a free agent later on. So one of those moves that Rolo just loves to make, probably waiting to see when this guy is ready. And Primo, we also have to point out that there's competition for the signing, right? There's a second division team from Spain that's also after him. So as a player, you also got to think about, well, what's the best project for me? Do I want to, go to a project team in the second division of Spain where they're going to try to fight for some kind of promotion into La Liga, or do I go to a closed system MLS where the money is always on time, the standard of living is great or whatnot, but maybe the level of competition is lower than what I'm used to talking about players, right? So big decisions that have to be made. So does he have that Mirtu kind of mindset where he's going to come over here and really, really leave his mark on this league? And honestly, Primo, if you ask me, there's no better time to come to MLS than right now. I mean, you have so many players that are making the move to come out here. You got Sonny confirmed. I mean, you more than anybody should know about that move, right? You got Sonny, you got Mueller, right? You got all. I'm sorry, Mueller. You got Muller. I said Mueller like it's the road here in Austin. You got Muller. You got Mueller, Thomas Mueller. No, come on, man, Thomas Mueller. No, but no, pretty well. You got all these superstars that are coming to MLS, and really just it feels like it's making that move to that 3.0 MLS that Don Garber was talking about during All Star Week. But you see what I'm saying? How it's no better time to come to MLS than right now, pretty well.
MLS is hot right now, man. MLS is hot. People are liking it. These players are really looking into the league and saying like, "Hey, this probably somewhere I want to be." Sonny, I think is a huge step, breaking the record for most expensive player coming into the league. That's already speaking volumes there, and it's just slowly going into that 3.0 stage, and it's hot right now. I don't know why. I wouldn't see why players wouldn't want to come here and play for a team here. It's a good league. It's a great league.
No, and also, Primo, you have here, um, you have Rodrigo de Paul also making the move. I
Rodrigo de
mean,
Paul,
it's
yeah.
you can't forget that guy, and it's cool, right? It's cool that Austin FC somehow is being mentioned in these conversations because Austin FC broke the bank as well recently. 12 million splashing the cash from Mirto Usuni, and although it was criticized, in the middle of the season, now it seems like it's starting to pay off a little bit more. But a lot of quality players, a lot of expensive players coming over to MLS, and hopefully it does good for the league and they get rid of Apple TV and everybody can enjoy it like a regular fan. And we'll go from there. We'll go from there. We'll go from there. But we'll see if everything we talked about today makes it to MLS headquarters. You know what I'm saying? The Fire TV, the Amazon stuff. I mean,
The
it is
behind
what
the
it is. The
scenes, man. I
Walmart.
want I want those
Look at this.
locker
Look at this.
exclusives. Man, that's
Bro,
sick right there. That Walmart
imagine
blue.
imagine, mate. Picture this, okay? I need everybody that has listening to this to just close your eyes for a quick minute. Close your eyes and hear me out. It's August 25th, random day. It's super hot outside. It's like 104 degrees. You know, you have to go buy something. Walmart is the closest place where you can get this certain product, and you're like, all right, whatever. I'm gonna go to Walmart. You park, you get off. It's a busy parking lot already. Somebody almost hit you. You're like, come on, y'all. I'm literally walking here. You walk inside to Walmart. The doors open. The whoosh, AC hits you hard, hard, whoosh, hard. It hits you so hard that you have to blink a little bit. Because sometimes the air comes from the top. You have to blink a little bit, right? You kind of settle in a little bit. You open your eyes. The lady there is like, "Sir, ma'am, would you like a cart?" No, no, it's okay. I'm just getting one thing in the back. You open your eyes and you see nothing but MLS advertisements all around you, bro. Not NFL, not NCAA, MLS advertisements. That's heaven. That's heaven, Primo. And
That's
everybody
the
can
goal
open
right
your
there.
eyes now. That's the goal, bro. That's the goal, mate. But anything else you would like to add, bro? I mean, slow week for Austin FC. Can't wait to get back out there. Leagues Cup is going to be coming into town on Wednesday. America versus Portland, bro. But I'm not a fan of either of those teams. I know you aren't either, so I'm not too excited about it. But we'll see what happens. No.
Yeah, I think it's just exciting that they're considering the Q2 Stadium as one of these Leagues Cup stadiums, and to have a team like America come into town, I think that's huge. America's just known globally, so and then they're going against Portland. That should be a fun matchup. Should be a fun game for the fans that are for America fans. I don't know if there's too many Portland fans in Austin, but I think it'll be a good game. They have a really good fan base. Every time they play, they really show out. They come out with the banners and the smoke and everything. So um, I think
There's a
that's exciting.
problem though. There's a
What's
problem though,
what's the
mate. They're
problem?
officially eliminated. They're eliminated from the next round. So what kind of team are you gonna get? What kind of fans are you gonna get out there? I mean, this was yesterday. I haven't updated this yet. This was yesterday, but I think that a lot of these tickets are still there. They're still there because this was
No,
when
yeah,
this was when they had life in the tournament. They're officially eliminated. And it's not just them. Chivas is also out. Rayados is also out. Cruz Azul is also out. So, big teams, giant teams from Mexico are out of the League's Cup, and it's a big problem. But I don't know if the stadium is going to be as packed as one originally thought when this game was announced. I really don't think so, Primo. I think it's going to struggle. I really do think so. And we'll
Yeah, I
see.
think
We'll see what happens.
it's not. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna get packed at all. I mean, you'll have maybe like a decent group. Maybe not as big as the one in Houston. I know B went out there, captured some good
Yeah,
moments. Definitely not as big as the crowd in Houston, but you'll probably have some people show out. So they'll probably see it as a fun, friendly against Portland at this point. But some exciting games coming up. We got Austin back in at home, back to back. That's exciting. Against
I
some
agree.
local rivals and a little bit of a slow week, but we make the most of it
All right, Primo. Now, as we close out, just real quick closing statements. Don't forget to check out the back to school event with Dos Toques Foundation, Q and Q Barbershop, We're Austin TV, Hispanos ATX, Farandula Texas, and Advanced Austin. 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Q and Q Barbershop in Pflugerville on West Pecan Street. Don't forget, from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., haircuts for special needs kids, boys and girls. It was very important that the barbers made a video emphasizing that it's not just haircuts for boys. They have every kind of barber there ready to handle any kind of hair situation. Long hair, girl hair, short boy hair, fades or whatnot, trims for little girls. It doesn't matter. These barbers are ready to give your child a free freaking haircut. So get out there. Get out there and save some money. Save some money and go buy and go do something for you. How about that? Save some money and go do something for you. Shout out to Dos Toques Foundation, Q and Q Barbershop, and everybody involved, of course. And we'll be taking donations tomorrow, Wednesday, at the Hop Squad Brewery that's next to the stadium. So if you want to, give something there, be on the lookout there. And again, if you're a Patreon member, be on the lookout in your mailbox. Your stuff should be arriving here soon. Again, free shipping. What the hell? Free shipping, man. Crazy. I remember when our country had a stable mailing system. I remember, Primo, when our country had a dependable mail system where you could send something and it was there on time. I remember those times, brother. I born 1995. I remember those days. I guess it changed now.
the good old
Something,
days.
the good old days. The good old days, brother. But anyways, let's get out of here, bro. Midweek episode. Hopefully, watch a lot of things are gonna start popping off Wednesday, Thursday, and
Tomorrow,
Friday
yeah, Wednesday. It
tomorrow.
always happens like that.
But alrighty, let's get out of here. Shout out to Beetle, gave a really PR answer there. He's like, we remain focused on the rest of our campaign and we're working hard in pursuit of our goals. I love it. Seriousness to the point, no nonsense, no BS. And that's the way that we'll end this pod, mate. Have a good night, everybody. Have a good day. And please be safe. Ciao.